The omen over Styles Court. The twilight clung to Styles Court like a shroud, as I, Arthur Hastings, stepped from the cab. A war-wounded soldier seeking respite, I found only unease. My friend John Cavendish met me, his handshake firm, but his eyes restless. His mother, Emily Inglethorpe, loomed at the window, her gaze sharp despite her years. Her new husband, Alfred, hovered near, his smile slick as oil. The manor buzzed faintly, servants whispering, curtains twitching. At dinner, Emily coughed, a dry rasp that silenced us. Her wealth cast a shadow longer than the storm brewing outside. Later, thunder cracked, and a scream tore through the night. Emily's voice raw with pain. We found her door locked, her body convulsing. Death lingered in the air, bitter and deliberate. Hook, what dark force struck Emily down? The answer's coming, stay with us. Like and subscribe for the next eerie twist. The sealed death chamber. Her scream still rang as we hammered at Emily's door. John's fists bled, his cries hoarse. Mother, open it! Alfred jangled keys, his face pale, guilt or panic. The lock gave way, revealing chaos. Emily twisted on her bed, eyes bulging, lips frothing. A whiff of almonds hit me, strychnine, a killer I knew too well. The windows were latched, the room a crypt. Dr. Bauer arrived, grim. Poison, said, but no entry point. John stared. Mary stood rigid. Cynthia wept softly. Alfred's sobs seemed rehearsed, his eyes on a tipped coffee cup. No footprints, no weapon, just that cup, mocking us. My gut screamed. The murderer was among us watching. Silence fell, thick with dread. Hook, a locked room, a lethal dose. Who's the shadow behind it? Subscribe now to chase the clues with us. Poirot's piercing gaze. Dawn crept in, dull and cold, as Styles mourned. The police poked about, lost, until Hercule Poirot arrived, small, precise, his moustache a flourish of genius. "Hastings," he greeted, voice velvet. "Murder follows you, no?" He swept into Emily's room, sniffing the cup, tracing the air. "Method," he said, "unlocks madness." The family bristled. John curt, Mary distant, Alfred damp, with sweat. Poirot crouched by the hearth, plucking a singed paper scrap. "A will," he mused, "destroyed too fast." My mind spun. Money drove this crime, but whose hand? Rain lashed the panes as Poirot's eyes gleamed. "The puzzle forms, mon ami." Hook, what did that burned will conceal? Don't miss Poirot's next step. Hit subscribe for more. Echoes of betrayal noon draped Styles in gloom. Poirot quizzed the staff. Mrs. Bates swore Emily's coffee sat untouched at dinner. "She took it up," she mumbled, avoiding my gaze. Upstairs meant seclusion and danger. Dorcas, the maid, shrank under Poirot's stare. "Mr. Alfred fought with her," she whispered, "over cash last night." Alfred, the parasite, reeked of motive. Yet Poirot eyed Cynthia near the dispensary. "She handles drugs," he said, "and strychnine's subtle." I balked. She was innocent, surely. He smirked. "Appearances lie, Hastings." Below, Mary's laugh rang hollow, a mask slipping. Every word wove a net of deceit. Hook, who's the liar in this deadly play? Subscribe to find out as the web tightens. The clue in the cup afternoon found Poirot fixated on the coffee cup. He tilted it, sniffed, then tasted the dregs. Madness. Bitter, he declared, beyond coffee. I gaped as he wiped his lips unruffled. Poisoned, oui, but when? The family hovered. John tense, Mary aloof, Alfred fidgeting. Poirot swirled the cup, eyes narrowed. Someone doctored this, he said, after dinner. Cynthia paled. Her dispensary held strychnine. Yet Alfred's nervous cough drew my suspicion. The room pulsed with unspoken guilt. Outside wind howled, a chorus to our dread. Poirot set the cup down, smiling faintly. The truth brews, Hastings. Hook, who spiked the cup, and why? Stick around for the reveal. Subscribe now. A servant's secret evening shadows stretched as Poirot summoned Dorcas again. Her hands twisted her apron, eyes darting. "Speak, mademoiselle," he urged, voice soft yet steel. "I saw Mr. Alfred," she stammered, "in the hall, late, with a vial." My breath caught, poison in his grasp. Poirot nodded, unperturbed. "And Madame Emily?" Dorcas hesitated. "She was angry, said he'd not get a penny." The plot thickened. Alfred's greed was no surprise, but proof was gold. I glanced at John, his jaw tight. Did he know? Mary drifted past, her perfume sharp, her silence louder than words. Poirot tapped his temple. "The little grey cells, they hum." Lightning flashed, illuminating a house of masks. Hook, did Alfred hold the key to death? The storm's just starting. Subscribe for the next bolt of truth. The dispensary door night deepened, and Poirot led me to the dispensary. Cynthia's domain, shelves of bottles, a faint chemical tang. "Strychnine lives here," he said, fingering a ledger. Her neat script logged every dose, but a page was torn. "Missing," he murmured. "Convenient." I defended her. Sweet Cynthia, a killer? Absurd. Poirot's eyes twinkled. "The heart is a locked room too, Hastings." A creak. John stood, in the doorway, face shadowed. "What's this?" he snapped. Poirot smiled. "Truth, monsieur, hides in gaps." The torn page gnawed at me. Accident or design? Rain drummed, relentless, as doubt crept in. Hook, what's missing from that ledger? The answer's close. Subscribe to unlock it with us. Mary's cold mask, morning mist, cloaked Styles as I watched Mary. She glided through the hall, poised, untouchable. Poirot joined me, his step silent. "Madame Cavendish," he said, "she knows more than she tells." At breakfast, her eyes flicked to Alfred, then away. Contempt? Fear? She disliked Emily, I recalled, her control. Poirot nodded. Dislike can fester into murder. He produced the burned will scrap. Emily's scrawl favouring John, not Alfred. Mary's lips thinned. Did she burn it? Her calm was a wall, and I ached to crack it. Thunder growled, a distant threat. Hook, is Mary's silence hiding a killer's hand? Don't miss the next crack. Subscribe now. Alfred's alibi. Midday sun pierced the clouds as Poirot cornered. Alfred. Monsieur, your vial. Explain. Alfred blanched, stammering. Medicine for my nerves. Poirot's smile was a blade. Nerves or murder? Dorcas had seen him, yet he claimed he'd slept alone. Ask Mary, he said, desperate. Mary's cool voice cut in. He was out, walking. Too quick, too smooth. Poirot tilted his head. A walk in a storm? Alfred sweated, trapped. I saw it, lies piling like leaves. The coffee cup sat, nearby, a silent judge. Wind rattled the panes, urging answers. Hook. Can Alfred's story hold water? The flood's coming. Subscribe for the deluge. The will's ghost afternoon tea was tense, the burned will haunting us. Poirot reconstructed it. Emily's fortune to John. A pittance to Alfred. Motive, he said, for one who covets. Alfred flinched. Mary sipped her tea. Cynthia stared at her hands. She changed it, John muttered, last week. Why? Poirot paced, a hunter circling prey. A new will exists, he mused, hidden or destroyed. I pictured Emily, defiant, rewriting fates. Her death felt planned, a chess move, shadows lengthened, secrets lurking in their folds. Hook. Where's the new will? And who buried it? Subscribe to dig deeper with Poirot. Cynthia's tears. Dusk painted Styles gold as Cynthia broke. I didn't do it, she sobbed, clutching me. Poirot watched, impassive. The dispensary, mademoiselle. Your key? She nodded, trembling. I left it open. Someone took it. Strychnine, missing. Her prints on the ledger. Framed, she whispered. I believed her. Those eyes couldn't lie. Poirot frowned. Belief is not proof, Hastings. John stormed in, accusing. You hated her rules. Cynthia fled, tears falling. Night pressed in, heavy with doubt. Hook. Is Cynthia victim or villain? The truth's near. Subscribe to find out. The garden clue night veiled Styles as Poirot led me outside. Fresh air clears the mind, he said, lantern swaying. In the garden, mud bore footprints, small, deliberate near the window. Not a servant's, he noted, measuring. Cynthia's size? Mary's? My head spun. He plucked a crushed flower, recent, bruised like Emily's fate. A meeting, he murmured, or an escape? The house loomed, lights flickering, a beast watching us. Wind carried a faint moan. Imagination, or worse. Hook. Whose feet danced in the dark? Subscribe for the next step in this deadly waltz. John's burden. Morning broke, grey and weary. John slumped in the study, whiskey in hand. She was unbearable, he confessed, but I didn't kill her. Poirot probed. The will favoured you. Why destroy it? John's eyes darkened. I didn't. Alfred begged her to change it. A rift. Brothers at odds over gold. Poirot tapped the desk. You heard her scream. Where were you? John froze. My room, he lied, voice cracking. I saw guilt, not murder, or was it both? Rain resumed, a steady dirge. Hook. What's John hiding from Poirot? Subscribe to peel back his mask. The pharmacist's tale. Midday took us to the village chemist. Poirot flashed charm, asking about strychnine. Sold some, the man said, to Miss Cynthia, for the hospital. Legitimate, yet her key was loose. Anyone else? Poirot pressed. A pause. Mr. Alfred asked. Nerve tonic, he claimed. My pulse raced. 2 threads to poison. Poirot's moustache twitched. A tonic or a tool? The chemist shrugged, uneasy. Back at Styles, clouds thickened, mirroring my dread. Hook. Who turned medicine into murder? Subscribe for the next dose of truth. Mary's letters. Afternoon shadows grew, as Poirot found Mary's desk ajar. Inside, letters, unsigned, urgent. "Leave him," one read, "or ruin follows." To Alfred? Her lover? Poirot's eyes gleamed. A triangle, Hastings, love and hate entwined. Mary entered face stone. "Private," she snapped, snatching them. Too late, Poirot had seen. "Madame, your secret spill." Her glare could cut glass, but she said nothing. Thunder rumbled, a warning. "Hook, what's Mary running from? Subscribe to crack her icy shell." The locked drawer, evening settled, tense and still. Poirot eyed Emily's bureau. A locked drawer, key gone. "Her sanctuary," he said, producing a pin. The lock clicked, revealing papers. A new will, unsigned, cutting Alfred out. Unfinished, Poirot mused, but damning. John's inheritance swelled. Alfred shrank. Who stopped her pen? Footsteps. Alfred peering in, then bolting. Poirot smiled. "He knows, Hastings." Night pressed, secrets clawing free. Hook. Did Alfred catch her in the act? Subscribe for the next chilling turn. Cynthia's alibi night deepened as Cynthia returned, pale. "I was at the hospital," she swore, "when she died." Poirot checked her story. Nurses nodded, but a gap loomed. An hour unaccounted. "I walked," she said, vague. He pressed her on the key. "Stolen," she insisted, eyes wet. I ached to trust her, but Poirot's doubt gnawed. A thief or a scapegoat? Mary watched, silent, her letters burning in my mind. Stars hid, night blind. Hook. Can Cynthia's tale hold? Subscribe to test her truth. Alfred's flight dawn bled red as Alfred vanished. "Gone!" Dorcas gasped. "Bags packed." Poirot traced his room. Clothes strewn, a vial empty. "He runs," he said, "but from what?" John raged. Betrayal stung deep. Mary's calm cracked, a flicker of relief. Poirot held the vial, faint almond scent. "Strychnine," he confirmed, "his tool." Footprints led to the woods, then faded. A manhunt brewed, tension coiling tight. Hook. Will Alfred slip the noose? Subscribe to track his desperate run. The hidden note morning mist clung as Poirot searched Emily's bed. Beneath the pillow, a note, her hand shaky. "I suspect A. Beware. Alfred, no doubt. She knew," Poirot said, "and died for it." John paled. Guilt or shock? Cynthia wept. Mary stared, unreadable. The note was creased, clutched in fear. "Why not speak?" I asked. Poirot shrugged. Pride, or time ran out. Rain fell, washing clues away. Hook. What did Emily see in Alfred? Subscribe for her final whisper. Village whispers midday, buzzed with gossip. Alfred spotted at the station, hat low. Poirot quizzed the ticket man. "London train," he grunted. "Nervous chap. Flight confirmed, but why flee if innocent?" "Panic," Poirot said, "or a decoy." Mary's letters hinted at another, her lover, perhaps, pulling strings. I trailed Poirot, mind racing. Styles loomed, a silent judge. Hook. Is Alfred the pawn or the king? Subscribe to chase him down. The broken clock afternoon dimmed as Poirot studied Emily's clock. Stopped at smashed. When she fell, he said, or staged. John swore he heard her at 3. A lie, or tampered. Time? Poirot tapped the shards. Truth bends, Hastings. Alfred's vial, the cup, now this. Pieces misaligned. Mary passed, her shadow long. Did she wind the truth awry? Wind howled relentless. Hook, who broke time to hide a crime? Subscribe for the ticking truth. Cynthia's confession. Dusk glowed faint as Cynthia grabbed me. I lied, she choked. I was here, saw Alfred near her room. My heart sank. Why shield him? Fear, she said. He threatened me. Poirot listened, stone-faced. Proof, mademoiselle. She had none, just terror. John burst in, furious. You covered for him? She fled, sobbing. Night fell. Trust shattered. Hook. Did Cynthia save or doom herself? Subscribe to weigh her words. The trap is set. Night cloaked Styles as Poirot schemed. We lure him, he said, a false lead. A telegram. Alfred's inheritance. Secured bait dangled. John balked. Mary smirked. Cynthia trembled. He'll bite, Poirot vowed, eyes alight. I watched the woods, lantern dim. Would he slink back, or was he gone? Owls hooted, a grim chorus. Hook, will Alfred take the bait? Subscribe to spring the trap with us. Mary's slip morning broke, tense. Mary dropped a cup, hands shaking. Nerves, she snapped, but Poirot pounced. You wrote him. Why? Her letters burned her now. To end it, she hissed. He's poison. Alfred, her burden, not lover. Did he know? Poirot asked. She froze. Too long. John stared, betrayed. Mist rose, veiling lies. Hook, what ties Mary to the killer? Subscribe for her unravelling. The telegram reply. Midday brought a wire. Alfred biting. Returning, it read curt. Poirot grinned. Greed pulls him, Hastings. John fortified the house. Cynthia hid. Mary paced. He'll deny it, Poirot said, but facts bind. The vial, the note, his noose tightened. I waited, pulse racing. Thunder loomed, fate near. Hook, can Alfred escape his web? Subscribe for his fatal return. The shadow returns afternoon. Waned as Alfred crept in, hat shadowing his eyes. Lies, he spat. I'm no killer. Poirot faced him, calm. The vial, monsieur, yours. Alfred sneered. Planted! John lunged, held back. Mary turned away. Cynthia peeked, pale. Proof, Poirot said. Mounts. Dusk fell, trapping him. Hook. Will Alfred twist free? Subscribe for his desperate dance. The confrontation. Evening flared as Alfred faced us. I argued, he admitted, but poison, never. Poirot held the vial, note, cup. Yours, he pressed. Alfred's eyes darted, escape gone. She cut me off, he growled, but I left. John roared. Mary glared. Cynthia shrank. Truth teetered, sharp-edged. Hook. Is Alfred's tail cracking? Subscribe to see him. Break. The second scream night split with a cry. Not Emily's, but Cynthia's. We raced, her room, door ajar, a figure fleeing. Alfred, she gasped, unharmed but shaken. He warned me, silence or death. Poirot scanned, no trace, just fear. He strikes again, he said, or bluffs. Stars glared, cold witnesses. Hook, was that Alfred or a ghost? Subscribe for the next shock. The false trail. Dawn paled as Poirot mused. A decoy, he said. Alfred's flight, then return. Staged. John fumed. Too clever. Mary's letters hinted another hand. Who aids him? Poirot asked, tracing the vial's origin. Cynthia's key. Alfred's greed. Puppets, perhaps. Mist swirled, obscuring truth. Hook. Who pulls the strings at Styles? Subscribe to cut them loose. The chemist's doubt morning took us back. Chemist squinting. That tonic, he said. Weak, Alfred lied. Strychnine pure, not diluted. Poirot nodded. Intent, not nerves. John cursed. Alfred's mask slipped. Mary lingered nearby, hearing all. He fooled us, she murmured, rare softness. Rain streaked, washing pretense. Hook, how deep runs Alfred's deceit? Subscribe for the bitter truth. The will's witness midday unearthed Dorcas again. I saw her sign it, she swore. New will, John's favour. Alfred's rage made sense. He'd lose all. Poirot smiled. A witness lives. His doom. John brightened. Mary stiffened. Cynthia sighed. Where's it now? I asked. Hidden, Poirot teased. Clouds parted. Light accusing. Hook, will the will resurface? Subscribe to claim the prize. Alfred's plea. Afternoon dragged Alfred back, cornered. Mercy, he begged. I only threatened. Poirot's eyes bored through. Threats kill, monsieur, when poison flows. The vial damned him. The note sealed it. John turned away. Mary watched, cold. Jail, Poirot said, or worse. Dusk bled, justice near. Hook, can Alfred dodge fate? Subscribe for his final fall. The hidden ally evening whispered doubt. Poirot paused. Another moves, he said. Alfred's shield. Mary's letters, her hymn, not Alfred, but who? John's anger, Cynthia's fear, pawns all. A mastermind, Poirot mused, lurks. I scanned the faces, trust gone. Night thickened, a shroud. Hook, who's the puppet master? Subscribe to unmask them. The torn page found night yielded a prize. Poirot held the dispensary page, torn, inked with strychnine's loss. Not Cynthia's hand, he said, another's. Alfred's? Mary's? John's fist clenched, betrayal stung. Planted, Poirot guessed, to shift blame. Cynthia exhaled, freed. Stars burned, truth flickering. Hook, who framed? The innocent? Subscribe for the reveal. Mary's confession dawn. Broke, fragile. Mary faced Poirot, voice low. I wrote to John, she said, to leave Alfred's grip. Not lovers, rivals. He burned the will, she added. I saw. John paled. Truth cut deep. Why hide it? Poirot asked. Fear, she whispered. Mist lifted, lies falling. Hook, did Mary see too much? Subscribe for her burden's end. The trap spring's morning snapped. Alfred caught, lured by greed. Poirot's telegram worked. Police waited. No escape, he said as cuffs clicked. John glared. Mary turned. Cynthia hid. The vial, Poirot noted, his signature. Alfred snarled, defiance fading. Sun rose, justice stark. Hook, is this the end or a feint? Subscribe for the final twist. The new will surfaces midday glowed as Dorcas handed it over. Emily's new will, signed, sealed. Found it, she said, in her book. John's fortune, Alfred's ruin, Motive clear. Poirot beamed. The game shifts, Hastings. Mary nodded. Cynthia smiled. Tension eased. Light pierced. Truth solid. Hook. Who hid it? And why? Subscribe to tie the knot. John's doubt. Afternoon shadowed John. I didn't know, he swore. She favoured me. Poirot tilted his head. Or did you? The scream, the clock. Gaps lingered. I slept, he insisted, eyes hollow. Mary watched, silent judge. Truth bends, Poirot warned. Clouds gathered, doubt heavy. Hook. Is John clean or stained? Subscribe for his reckoning. The second vial, dusk unveiled horror. Another vial, under Alfred's bed, half full. Insurance, Poirot said, or a partner's. Strychnine again. Whose hand? John raged, Mary froze, Cynthia gasped. He planned more, Poirot mused, or they did. Night fell, danger alive. Hook, who else wields death? Subscribe for the next strike. Cynthia's proof night glowed faint as Cynthia produced a note. Alfred's threat scrawled. He cornered me, she said, after. Poirot read, nodded. His mark, Hastings. John softened. Mary sighed. Trust crept back. Framed. Poirot confirmed, but by whom? Stars watched, silent jurors. Hook. Who used Cynthia as bait? Subscribe to name the shadow. The lawyer's call. Morning rang. A solicitor. Urgent. Mrs. Inglethorpe's will, he said, filed last week. John's gain, Alfred's loss, legal now. Poirot grinned. She outplayed him. Mary relaxed. Cynthia beamed. John stared. He knew, Poirot guessed, and struck. Ingwa. Burned, fate sealed. Hook. Did Alfred see the end? Subscribe for his checkmate. Mary's regret. Midday softened Mary. I should have spoken, she said. His greed, I saw it. Poirot listened, gentle. Fear binds, madam. She nodded. Alfred's hold broke her silence. John took her hand, rare warmth. It's done, he said. Shadows shrank, guilt fading. Hook. Can Mary forgive herself? Subscribe for her peace. The police report afternoon brought news. Alfred's prints on the vial, cup. Court. Poirot said, science binds him. John exhaled. Cynthia smiled. Mary stood tall. He'll hang, the inspector vowed. Poirot frowned. One hand, or two? Doubt lingered. A faint echo. Light waned. Justice near. Hook. Is Alfred alone in this? Subscribe for the final thread. The garden revisited dusk led Poirot back. Footprints sharper now. A woman's, he said, not Cynthia's. Mary's, her letters, her silence, clues stacked. She met him, Poirot guessed, or fled. John bristled, protective. Impossible! Night crept, secrets stirring. Hook. Whose steps mark the earth? Subscribe to follow them. The final note night unfurled Emily's last words, tucked in a book. Trust no one. Danger within. Poirot read aloud, voice grave. John paled. Mary flinched. Cynthia shook. She saw it all, he said, and fell. Alfred's cell couldn't hide this. Another loomed. Stars glared. Truth bare. Hook. Who else betrayed her? Subscribe for the endgame. John's memory dawn stirred John. I heard them, he said. Alfred and her arguing. Poirot leaned in. When? Before the scream, he admitted late. Why wait? Poirot pressed. Shock, John mumbled, unconvincing. Mary watched, eyes sharp. Mist rose, doubt thick. Hook, what did John hold back? Subscribe for his full tale. The servant's fear morning shook Dorcas. He glared at me, she said. Alfred, after. Poirot nodded. He knew you saw. Her hands trembled, witness to doom. I hid, she whispered, scared. John cursed, Mary soothed, Cynthia listened. Sun climbed, fear stark. Hook, did Dorcas seal his fate? Subscribe for her courage. Mary's ally. Midday cracked Mary open. I had help, she said. A friend warned me off him. Poirot's eyes lit. Who? She hesitated. Gone, now, she lied poorly. They knew, Poirot pressed, and acted. John frowned. Cynthia stared. Light shifted, shadows deep. Hook, who stood with Mary? Subscribe for their face. The clock's truth afternoon ticked. Poirot fixed. The clock, he said, her last move. John's tale shifted. 3 was false. I panicked, he confessed, hid it. Poirot nodded. Time lies, but not now. Mary sighed. Cynthia relaxed. Sun sank, clarity sharp. Hook, did John bend, time, or break it? Subscribe for the fix. Alfred's silence. Dusk caged Alfred, mute, glaring. Speak, Poirot urged, or hang alone. He smirked, defiant. Nothing, he rasped, final. John turned. Mary watched. Cynthia hid. He shields, Poirot said, or taunts. Night fell, his end near. Hook, what's Alfred burying? Subscribe for his last word. The lawyers. Proof morning shone. Solicitor back. Will firm. Signed, witnessed, he said. Alfred's out. Poirot smiled. Motive pure, Hastings. John exhaled. Mary nodded. Cynthia beamed. He killed for nothing, Poirot mused. Irony. Sun blazed, justice bright. Hook. Did Alfred misjudge his prize? Subscribe for the sting. Mary's redemption. Midday warmed Mary. I failed her, she said, but not now. Poirot nodded. Truth heals, madam. She faced John, honest, raw. Forgive me, she asked, soft. He did, silently. Shadows lifted, bonds mending. Hook, can Mary reclaim her soul? Subscribe for her light. The second shadow afternoon darkened. Poirot paused. Another, he said, lurks still. Alfred's ally, unseen, vile too, hinted it. John tensed, Mary frowned, Cynthia paled. Who? I asked. Patience, he teased, eyes sharp. Clouds rolled, danger alive. Hook, who hides in Alfred's wake? Subscribe for their step. Cynthia's strength. Dusk steadied Cynthia. I'll testify, she vowed. He threatened me. Poirot beamed. Brave, mademoiselle. John hugged her. Mary smiled. Family forged. Truth, Poirot said. Your shield. Softened. Her fear gone. Hook. Will Cynthia's voice damn him? Subscribe for her stand. The footprint match night traced Poirot's find. Prints matched Mary's shoes. You walked, he said, gentle. I followed him, she admitted. Saw nothing. John stared, hurt. Why hide? Poirot asked. Shame, she whispered. Stars dimmed, truth bare. Hook, did Mary see the kill? Subscribe for her path. John's relief. Dawn eased John. "It's him," he said. "Alfred, alone." Poirot tilted his head. Perhaps, he mused, or not. The will, the vial, proof piled. Mary held him. Cynthia smiled. Over, John hoped. Mist faded. Peace near. Hook, is John free or blind? Subscribe for the clear. The inspector's doubt morning brought the law. Inspector Grim. Alfred's prints, he said, but odd, too clean. Poirot nodded. Planted? John balked. Mary tensed. Cynthia watched. A frame, Poirot guessed, or sloppy? Sun rose, questions sharp. Hook, who rigged the game? Subscribe for the twist. Dorcas's memory. Midday stirred Dorcas. I forgot, she said. He spoke, someone else. Poirot leaned in. Who? A shadow, she faltered, near her room. John cursed. Mary froze. Cynthia gasped. Two, Poirot said, conspire. Light waned, truth deep. Hook, who joined Alfred's dance? Subscribe for their name. The letter's source afternoon cracked. Mary's friend, a maid, fled. She warned me, Mary said, then ran. Poirot traced her, gone, but her note lingered. She saw, he guessed, and feared. John sighed. Cynthia nodded. Shadows stretched, allies lost. Hook, what drove her away? Subscribe for her secret. The trial looms. Dusk framed Alfred, caught next. He'll fight, Poirot said, with lies. John braced, Mary steeled, Cynthia stood firm. Evidence, Poirot noted, our sword. The vial, the will, his tomb. Night fell, justice poised. Hook, can Alfred twist free? Subscribe for the gavel's fall, the hidden truth. Night whispered, Poirot paused. More, he said, hides still. Alfred's silence, Mary's friend, threads loose. John frowned. Cynthia asked, who? Patience? Poirot teased, eyes bright. Stars burned, a final veil. Hook, what's the last secret? Subscribe for the lift. John's resolve. Dawn steeled John. I'll face him, he vowed, caught or not. Poirot nodded. Strength, monsieur. Mary stood by. Cynthia cheered. Unity forged. He falls, John said, sure. Mist cleared. Will strong. Hook, will John's fire burn Alfred? Subscribe for the clash. The maid's return. Morning shocked. A knock. The maid pale. I saw, she gasped, Alfred and her, Mary. Poirot's eyes flared. Speak. Arguing, she said, before. John reeled. Mary paled. Cynthia froze. Truth. Poirot urged, now. Sun rose, bombshell bare. Hook. Did Mary play a part? Subscribe for her role. Mary's denial midday faced Mary. Lies, she spat. I never. Poirot held her gaze. The maid saw. Why? Mistake, she insisted, voice thin. John wavered. Cynthia watched, torn. Proof, Poirot said. We'll tell. Light dimmed. Trust frayed. Hook. Is Mary innocent or trapped? Subscribe for her fate. The argument's echo afternoon dug deep. Dorcas nodded. I heard too, she said, Mary and him, sharp words. Poirot smiled. A pattern, Hastings. John's face fell. Cynthia gasped. Mary glared. Money, Dorcas added. Always money. Clouds thickened. Truth heavy. Hook. What sparked their fight? Subscribe for the spark. The court opens dusk, lit the trial. Alfred, gaunt in chains. Not guilty, he rasped, eyes defiant. Poirot watched calm. He'll twist, he said, but fall. John sat, Mary stiff, Cynthia firm. Evidence, the judge boomed. Now! Night loomed, justice awake. Hook, can Alfred dodge the noose? Subscribe for the battle. Cynthia's stand night glowed as Cynthia spoke. Clear, strong. He threatened me, she said, vial in hand. Alfred glared. Jury leaned in. Poirot nodded. Her truth cut deep. John smiled. Mary softened. Hope rose. Lies! Alfred yelled weak. Stars shone. Her voice gold. Hook, will her words bury him? Subscribe for the verdict. The vial's tale. Dawn broke. Vial on display. Alfred's print stark. His, Poirot testified, death's tool. Alfred squirmed, lawyer pale. John watched. Mary breathed. Cynthia stood tall. No frame, Poirot swore, just fact. Sun climbed, guilt bare. Hook, can science doom him? Subscribe for the proof. Mary's testimony. Morning pressed. Mary took the stand. I fought him, she said, not her, his greed. Poirot listened keen. He burned it, she added. I saw. John nodded. Cynthia sighed. Alfred sneered. Truth, she vowed firm. Mist faded, her light sharp. Hook, does Mary clear the air? Subscribe for her blow. John's turn. Midday called John, steady, grim. I heard her, he said, then him. Guilt clear. Alfred's eyes burned, jury still. Poirot smiled, each word a nail. Mary held his hand. Cynthia watched proud. He did it, John swore. Sun blazed, justice near. Hook, will John's voice seal it? Subscribe for the hammer. Alfred's defence, afternoon flared. Alfred stood, voice slick. Framed, he claimed, vial's not mine. Poirot chuckled, lies thin. I fled fear, he said, not guilt. John scowled. Mary glared. Cynthia shook. Believe me, he begged frail. Light waned, his thread weak. Hook, can he sway the court, subscribe for his gamble? The maid's word. Dusk deepened. The maid, timid, spoke. I saw him, she said. Vial, night, her door. Alfred paled. Jury stirred. Poirot nodded. Witness gold. John tensed. Mary sighed. Cynthia smiled. He glared. She added, sure. Night fell, truth firm. Hook, does she sink him? Subscribe for her strike. The will's wait night shone. The will read aloud. John's, it declared. Alfred kneel. Poirot grinned. Motive bare. Alfred slumped. Lawyer lost. She changed it, John said soft. Mary nodded. Cynthia beamed. Done, the judge said firm. Stars glared, fate sealed. Hook, is this Alfred's end? Subscribe for the close. The judge's pause. Dawn hinted. Judge grave. Proof mounts, he said, but holes linger. Poirot frowned. Doubt? 2 vials, he mused. 1 man? John bristled. Mary froze. Cynthia paled. Deliberate, he ordered, slow. Mist rose, tension thick. Hook, what's the judge seeing? Subscribe for his call. Poirot's plea. Morning burned. Poirot rose. One mind, he said. Alfred's greed drove. File, note, will, his web. No second, he vowed. Just him. John nodded. Mary relaxed, Cynthia hoped. Order, he urged, proves. Sun soared, clarity sharp. Hook, will Poirot's logic win? Subscribe for the win. Alfred's collapse midday broke. Alfred wept. Facade gone. I tried. Choked. She wouldn't yield. Poirot watched still. Poison, he rasped. My rage. John turned. Mary sighed. Cynthia stared. Guilty, he whispered, done. Light pierced, confession raw. Hook, did he just seal it? Subscribe for the fall. The jury's wait afternoon stretched. Jury out, silence heavy. He spoke, John said. It's over. Poirot nodded, cautious. Words bind, he said, if true. Mary paced. Cynthia sat, tense. Soon, the bailiff called, grim. Shadows grew, fate near. Hook, will they buy his tears? Subscribe for the word. The verdict's edge, dusk teetered, jury, back, faces stone. Guilty, one read, voice flat. Alfred sagged. John exhaled. Mary softened. Cynthia smiled. Poirot bowed. Victory quiet. Justice, the judge said stern. Night settled. Truth won. Hook, is this the final bell? Subscribe for the ring. The sentence, Fall's night told, judge. Firm. Life, he said, for her death. Alfred stared, hollow, greed's end. John hugged Mary. Cynthia wept, joy and grief. Poirot nodded, order restored. Fate, he mused, served. Stars burned, a cold close. Hook, does Alfred's story end here? Subscribe for the echo. The house stirs dawn, woke Styles. Quiet, healed. He's gone, John said. We're free. Poirot packed slow. Almost, he teased. Truth lingers. Mary smiled. Cynthia laughed. Light returned. Home, they sighed soft. Mist lifted, peace pure. Hook, is all truly settled? Subscribe for the calm. The last doubt morning gleamed. Poirot paused. 2 vials, he said. One sure? Why? John frowned. Mary tensed. Cynthia asked, more? Perhaps, he mused, or carelessness. Sun rose, a faint shadow lingered. Done, he decided, firm. Hook, did we miss a thread? Subscribe for the final weave. Mary's peace. Midday soothed Mary. It's over, she said, no more fear. Poirot nodded, her mask gone. John held her, Cynthia near, family whole. You saved us, he said, grateful. Light bathed them, shadows fled. Hook, can they truly rest? Subscribe for their dawn. Cynthia's future afternoon freed Cynthia. I'll stay, she vowed. No running. Poirot smiled. Her strength shone. John nodded. Mary hugged. Bonds tight. Brave, Poirot said. A new start. Sun sank. Hope high. Hook, what lies ahead for her? Subscribe for her wings. John's promise. Dusk steadied John. No more secrets, he swore. Just us. Poirot watched, pleased. Mary smiled. Cynthia cheered. Trust rebuilt. Styles lives, he said, firm. Night softened. A fresh page turned. Hook, will John keep his word? Subscribe for their rise. Poirot's farewell night bid Poirot adieu. Bags packed. Hastings, he said. A fine mess, solved. I grinned, his genius awed. John thanked, Mary waved, Cynthia hugged. Order, he mused, my gift. Stars twinkled, his legend bright. Hook, where's Poirot off to next? Subscribe for his trail. The quiet manor dawn, hushed stiles, still, whole. John walked the halls, Mary beside. Cynthia hummed. Ours, he said, no ghosts. Poirot's echo lingered. Method one. Mist faded, a new day pure. Hook, can peace last here? Subscribe for their calm. The garden heals, morning bloomed, flowers mended, footprints gone. John knelt, Mary smiled, Cynthia picked. Life, he said, not death. Poirot's shadow blessed it. Order's touch. Sun climbed, scars fading fast. Hook, will the earth forget? Subscribe for its bloom. Mary's reflection. Midday mirrored Mary. Clear, calm. I doubted, she said. Now I see. Nodded, Cynthia near, love held. We're enough, he vowed, soft. Light danced past, buried deep. Hook, is her mirror true? Subscribe for her glow. Cynthia's song afternoon sang. Cynthia's voice free. No fear, she trilled, just us. John clapped, Mary joined, harmony born. Styles' heart, he said proud. Sun dipped, joy rising high. Hook, will her tune endure? Subscribe for its lift. Exu, ensure. John's legacy, dusk framed John, lord of styles. I'll build, he said, not break. Mary stood, Cynthia smiled, future bright. For her, he added, Emily's ghost soft. Night fell, his will steel. Hook, can he honour her? Subscribe for his mark. The new day night passed, dawn crisp, clean. John opened doors, Mary cooked, Cynthia laughed. Ours, they chimed, united. Poirot's lesson stuck. Truth frees. Stars faded, light owned all. Hook, is this their true start? Subscribe it for their sun. The letters burn morning flared. Mary torched her notes. No past, she said, just now. John watched. Cynthia helped. Fire cleansed. Good, he said, ash rising. Sun burned, old ties gone. Hook, will the smoke clear all? Subscribe for their air. Cynthia's dream. Midday lifted Cynthia. I'll heal, she said. Help others. John smiled, Mary nodded. Pride swelled. Your gift, he said, sure. Light poured, her path set firm. Hook, where will she soar? Subscribe for her flight. John's oath afternoon bound John. No shadows, he swore, only us. Mary kissed him. Cynthia grinned. Vows real. Styles stands, he said, tall. Sun sank, his root deep. Hook, can he banish dark? Subscribe for his stand. The manor's pulse, dusk beat soft. Styles alive, warm. John locked doors. Mary lit lamps, Cynthia read. Home, they sighed, one voice. Poirot's win echoed. Peace earned. Night hugged, life sure. Hook, will it pulse forever? Subscribe for its heart. Mary's gift night offered Mary. Candles glow. For us, she said, no fear. John took one, Cynthia two, light shared. Always, he vowed soft. Stars joined, her love bright. Hook, does her flame hold? Subscribe for its warmth. Cynthia's hope dawn sparked. Cynthia smiled, free. Tomorrow, she said, mine. John nodded. Mary hugged, faith strong. Go far, he urged proud. Mist burned, her star rising. Hook, will hope guide her? Subscribe for her shine. John's strength. Morning forged John, steady, sure. I'm enough, he said, for them. Mary leaned in. Cynthia watched, rock, solid. We're whole, he declared, firm. Sun rose, his core bright. Hook, can he carry all? Subscribe for his might. The family's bond midday wove them. John, Mary, Cynthia, tight. No breaks, he said, just us. She smiled, she laughed, thread strong. Forever, they swore, one, light held, their tie pure. Hook, will this not endure? Subscribe for its pull. The past fades, afternoon dimmed, memory's ash. Gone, John said, Alfred her, just now. Mary nodded, Cynthia sighed, past dust. We live, he vowed clear. Sun dipped, old weight lost. Hook, is the slate clean? Subscribe for their now. Mary's calm. Dusk settled Mary, peace hers. No more, she said, just this. John held her, Cynthia near, stillness, one. Ours, he echoed soft. Night draped, her rest true. Hook, can calm stay? Subscribe for her ease. Cynthia's path, night lit Cynthia, eyes ahead. I'll go, she said, but return. John smiled, Mary blessed, wings spread. Yours, he said, proud. Stars led, her road clear. Hook, where's she bound? Subscribe for her trek. John's watch, dawn guarded John, sentinel tall. I'll keep, he said, all safe. Mary slept, Cynthia dreamed, his shield. Always, he swore, firm. Mist parted, his gaze sharp. Hook, will he hold the line? Subscribe for his guard. The manor's breath morning sighed. Styles alive, soft. John walked, Mary hummed, Cynthia wrote. Pulse steady. Ours, he said, breathes. Sun climbed, life gentle. Hook, does it thrive now? Subscribe for its sigh. Mary's joy. Midday danced, Mary laughed rare. Free, she said, at last. John joined, Cynthia clapped, glee shared. Yes, he chimed bright. Light spun, her spark high. Hook, will joy root deep? Subscribe for her lift. Cynthia's voice, afternoon rang. Cynthia spoke, bold. I'm here, she said, and strong. John grinned. Mary nodded, sound, clear. Sing, he urged proud. Sun sank, her note pure. Hook, can her call echo? Subscribe for its ring. John's peace dusk wrapped John, calm, full. No fight, he said, just us. Mary rested, Cynthia smiled, war done. Home, he sighed, sure, night fell, his soul light. Hook, is peace his prize? Subscribe for his rest. The new light night faded, dawn crisp new. John opened, Mary greeted, Cynthia rose, day theirs. Fresh, he said, ours. Stars dimmed, sun owned all. Hook, will this dawn hold? Subscribe for its glow. Mary's trust. Morning steadied Mary, faith firm. I believe, she said, in us. John hugged, Cynthia near, bond tight. Good, he vowed, soft. Sun rose, her heart sure. Hook, can trust anchor her? Subscribe for its tie. Cynthia's rise. Midday lifted Cynthia, high, free. "I'll soar," she said, "for me." John clapped. Mary smiled. Pride swelled. "Fly," he urged bright. Light soared, her wings wide. Hook, how far will she go? Subscribe for her sky. John's route. Afternoon grounded John, deep, strong. "I stay," he said, "for them." Mary nodded. Cynthia grinned. Base firm. Here, he swore, tall. Sun dipped his hold sure. Hook, will he stand forever? Subscribe for his stone. The Manor's song. Dusk hummed. Styles alive sweet. John listened. Mary sang. Cynthia danced. Tune soft. Ours, he said, rings. Night hugged life full. Hook, does the song play on? Subscribe for its note. Mary's grace night gifted Mary. Poise, glow. "I'm whole," she said, "with them." John smiled. Cynthia near, light shared. "Yes," he echoed soft. Stars shone, her peace bright. Hook, will grace stay hers? Subscribe for its shine. Cynthia's fire dawn blazed. Cynthia, bold, fierce. "I'll burn," she said, "my way." John nodded. Mary cheered, flame high. "Go," he urged, proud. Mist fled, her heat strong. Hook, can her fire last? Subscribe for its roar. Day. John's calm. Morning stilled John, quiet, sure. "I'm here," he said, "at peace." Mary rested. Cynthia smiled. Storm gone. "Good," he sighed, firm. Sun rose, his ease pure. Hook, will calm define him? Subscribe for his hush. The day's gift midday bloomed. Styles warm, full. John worked, Mary cooked, Cynthia laughed. Life rich. Ours, he said, now. Light held, day bright. Hook, does this gift endure? Subscribe for its bloom. Mary's smile. Afternoon glowed. Mary beamed soft. Happy, she said, truly. John hugged, Cynthia danced, joy spread. Yes, he chimed warm. Sun sank, her light high. Hook, will her smile stay? Subscribe for its curve. Cynthia's quest. Dusk sparked. Cynthia dreamed big. I'll find, she said, my place. John nodded, Mary blessed, path set. Seek, he urged proud. Night fell, her star sharp. Hook, what's her destiny? Subscribe for her hunt. John's shield knight stood John, guard, tall. I'll save, he said, all here. Mary slept, Cynthia rested. Watch firm. Always, he swore, sure. Stars watched his strength clear. Hook, can he protect forever? Subscribe for his wall. The Manor's rest, dawn sighed, Styles. Still, safe. John locked, Mary dimmed, Cynthia slept, peace deep. Ours, he said, calm, mist lifted, life soft. Hook, will rest reign here, subscribe for its hush. Mary's dawn morning kissed Mary, light, free, new, she said, every day. John smiled, Cynthia woke, hope shared. Yes, he echoed, bright. Sun rose, her soul high. Hook, does dawn renew her? Subscribe for its lift. Cynthia's call. Midday rang. Cynthia spoke, clear. I'm ready, she said, to live. John clapped. Mary nodded, voice strong. Go, he urged, proud. Light soared, her sound pure. Hook, will her call echo far? Subscribe for its wave. John's heart afternoon beat, John warm, full. I love, he said, this life. Mary leaned, Cynthia grinned, pulse true. Here, he vowed firm. Sun dipped his core bright. Hook, can his heart hold all? Subscribe for its thrum. The manor's glow, dusk-lit styles, soft, alive. John watched, Mary hummed, Cynthia smiled, shine gentle. Ours, he said, glows. Night hugged, life warm. Hook, will this light endure? Subscribe for its gleam. Mary's faith night held Mary. Trust deep. I know, she said, we're safe. John nodded, Cynthia near, bond sure. Good, he sighed soft. Stars burned, her peace strong. Hook, does faith anchor them? Subscribe for its root. Cynthia's wing, dawn freed Cynthia, flight bold. I'll rise, she said, my time. John smiled, Mary cheered, sky hers. Fly, he urged proud. Mist fled, her lift high. Hook, how high will she soar? Subscribe for her climb. John's stone morning set John, rock, firm. I stand, he said, for us. Mary rested, Cynthia grinned, base solid. Here, he swore, tall. Sun rose, his strength pure. Hook, will his stone hold fast? Subscribe for its weight. The manor's life, midday pulsed. Styles rich, full. John worked, Mary sang, Cynthia danced, breath alive. Ours, he said, thrives. Light held, day strong. Hook, can life bloom here? Subscribe for its pulse. Mary's warmth afternoon wrapped Mary. Glow, soft. I feel, she said, at home. John hugged, Cynthia smiled, heat shared. Yes, he chimed warm. Sun sank, her fire bright. Hook, will her warmth stay? Subscribe for its hug. Cynthia's star dusk shone. Cynthia bright, sure. I'll shine, she said, my way. John nodded, Mary blessed, light hers. Glow, he urged proud. Night fell, her spark high. Hook, will her star guide? Subscribe for its beam. John's vow. Night steeled John, oath deep. I'll keep, he said, this peace. Mary slept, Cynthia dreamed, word true. Always, he swore, firm. Stars watched, his will clear. Hook, can his vow last? Subscribe for its bond. The manor's dawn, dawn broke, styles fresh, new. John opened, Mary greeted, Cynthia rose, day alive. Ours, he said, begins. Mist lifted, light pure. Hook, will dawn renew them? Subscribe for its rise. Mary's light morning glowed, Mary radiant, free. I'm here, she said, and whole. John smiled, Cynthia near, shine shared. Good, he echoed, bright. Sun rose, her soul high. Hook, does her light burn on? Subscribe for its flare. Cynthia's flight midday soared, Cynthia bold, high. I'm off, she said, to sea. John clapped, Mary nodded, wings strong. Fly, he urged proud. Light lifted, her sky wide. Hook, where will she land? Subscribe for her soar. John's hold, afternoon rooted John, firm, sure. I stay, he said, their rock. Mary leaned, Cynthia grinned, ground solid. Here, he vowed, tall. Sun dipped his strength deep. Hook, will he anchor all? Subscribe for his grip. The manor's peace dusk hushed stiles, calm, full. John locked, Mary dimmed, Cynthia slept, rest deep. Ours, he said, still. Night draped, life soft. Hook, can peace reign here? Subscribe for its hush. Mary's ease, night soothed Mary. Quiet, free. I rest, she said, at last. John held her, Cynthia near, calm shared. Yes, he sighed soft. Stars glowed, her peace pure. Hook, will ease stay hers? Subscribe for its flow. Cynthia's dawn. Dawn woke Cynthia. Bright, new. I'm up, she said, to live. John smiled, Mary blessed. Day hers. Go, he urged, proud. Mist fled, her light strong. Hook, what's her next step? Subscribe for her rise. John's core morning steeled John. Heart firm. I'm us, he said, their strength. Mary nodded. Cynthia grinned, root deep. Here, he swore, sure. Sun rose, his will bright. Hook, can he hold them up? Subscribe for his base, the manor's soul. Midday sang, stiles alive, warm. John watched, Mary hummed, Cynthia danced, life full. Ours, he said, breathes. Light held, day rich. Hook, will its soul endure? Subscribe for its song. Mary's glow, afternoon. Lit Mary, soft, sure. I shine, she said, for them. John hugged, Cynthia smiled, warmth spread. Yes, he chimed bright. Sun sank, her light high. Hook, does her glow stay? Subscribe for its beam. Cynthia's way. Dusk freed Cynthia, path bold. I'll carve, she said, my life. John nodded, Mary cheered, rode hers. Go, he urged, proud. Night fell, her step firm. Hook, where's her journey's end? Subscribe for her trail. John's stand night set John, tall, true. I guard, he said, this home. Mary slept, Cynthia rested, what sure? Always, he swore, firm. Stars burned, his strength clear. Hook, will he stand forever? Subscribe for his post. The manor's heart. Dawn pulsed, stiles warm, alive. John opened, Mary greeted, Cynthia woke, beat strong. Ours, he said, lives. Mist lifted, life full. Hook, can its heart beat on? Subscribe for its thrum. Mary's soul morning freed Mary, deep, calm. I'm me, she said, at peace. John smiled, Cynthia near, soul shared. Good, he echoed soft. Sun rose, her light pure. Hook, will her soul stay free? Subscribe for its ease. Cynthia's sky midday soared. Cynthia, high, free. I'll touch, she said, the stars. John clapped, Mary nodded, flight bold. Rise, he urged, proud. Light lifted, her dream wide. Hook, how far will she reach? Subscribe for her climb. John's rock afternoon stood John, stone sure. I hold, he said, them all. Mary leaned, Cynthia grinned, base firm. Here, he vowed, tall. Sun dipped his strength deep. Hook, can his rock endure? Subscribe for its might. The manor's dawn. Dusk faded, stiles new, bright. John watched, Mary hummed, Cynthia smiled, day alive. Ours, he said, shines. Night passed, light strong. Hook, will dawn keep them? Subscribe for its glow. Mary's heart night held Mary, warm, full. I love, she said, this life. John nodded, Cynthia near, beat true. Yes, he sighed, soft. Stars glowed, her soul high. Hook, Does her heart stay full? Subscribe for its pulse. The final peace dawn crowned Styles, calm, whole. John stood, Mary smiled, Cynthia laughed. Peace won. Ours, he said, is forever. Poirot's gift lingered, truth free. Sun rose, life complete. Hook, is this their true end? Subscribe for their rest.